Thank you. Okay, do you believe in soulmates? Yes or no? Do you believe in soulmates? If you can see the poll, please answer the poll. If you can't see the poll, please leave the stream and come back so that you can answer. I do see one no. Who said no? Who said no? Reveal yourself, please. I see 8 yeses, 1 no. Do you believe in soulmates? Quick rules now that we are featured, guys. You're a doubter. Okay, Beauty. Okay. I would love for you to stick around, partake in the questions. Oh, it's not you? She said, not me. She said, not me. Well, for whoever it is that is saying no, please do stick around so that you can answer the questions with us tonight and partake in the games. Because I do have 2 lined up if you guys want to play too. But no rude comments, no rude comments or no trolling. Okay, anybody in red and our bouncers will be quick to remove you, like Sunshine just showed you there firsthand. No cussing, especially the guests in the box, guys. No smoking, no drinking, no music. Try to be on camera. I will mute you if you need me to mute you. And let me see. Favorite anyone else that you would like to stay connected to, okay? Not just me. I do see 11 yeses, 1 no. Who said no? Who said no? They always say no and run. Hi, Carl. You didn't vote? Okay. Do you believe in soulmates? Yes or no? That's really what the topic is about tonight. And I think I have saw 2 of my people. Oh, hi, Jubilee. Okay, so I see Jubilee. I know that someone is having car troubles, so I'm not sure. Give me a second. I see Jubilee. It was Queen Vampy. I don't think Queen Vampy is going to be able to make it. So if anyone is here and they are able to join the box tonight to answer some questions, thank you. Ruby, please, you guys can request the box. I can send you the questions if you'd like. Wait. No. This isn't Queen Vampy. Okay, Don, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're not on for tonight, are you? Okay, I see Don, yes. And I see Ruby. And Jubilee, if you can request. Okay, I'm going to send it to Don too. Okay, I appreciate you all. Thank you for your patience. And you guys can all request the box, please. And then we'll go through introductions. Okay. First, we're going to get Hot Badge Jubilee. This is her first time being on the show. Oh, sorry, we are a huge box right now. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay. Welcome. Hello. Thank you for being here. Everybody, if you are here, please make sure you fave Jubilee, fave Ruby, and fave Dawn. And we're going to go around. I'll let you all introduce yourself. And we'll start with you, Top Batch. Jubilee, is it okay if I call you Juju?
Yeah, that's fine. People call me
Juju.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Hi guys,
Okay.
I'm Jubilee. I like to stream. I work 9 to 5, so I usually stream about 6ish, 7ish. Pretty much every time I can try to get on. Um, and that's it. Pretty much. I'm here to have fun. I've never been on Bonus Bay show, so I'm excited.
Thank you for being here. Yes, so seductress. Please request the box. Okay, Dawn. Thank you for agreeing to bounce up here. So
Yeah, absolutely.
David. Okay, you could tell us about yourself. Tell us,
Oh,
tell us about anything you have going on too. Juju, I didn't know if you have anything you wanted to plug.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I'm trying out a movie trivia show. So it's all about movie trivia, but it's kind of got a twist to it where it's kind of like Clue. So every movie trivia question you get right, you get a clue, and then the whole point of it is to guess who unalive, with what room, and a weapon, that kind of thing. It's a lot of fun. We have a
Ooh, that sounds fun. That sounds right up
It's a
my
lot of
alley.
fun. We're doing it on Saturdays at 9 o'clock. Not this Saturday though, because it's 4th of July, and I'm not gonna be on Meet Me.
Right.
Bringing
She
my
said,
kids
oh.
out and my hamburgers, my hot dogs, and I'm not gonna be on Meet Me. So
Okay, awesome. Okay, make sure you guys fave Jubilee, Top Badge Jubilee. Okay, Don.
okay. Don John Rambo. I try to stream between 6 and 10 p.m. every night. I host a show, The Pride of Knowledge, every Saturday at 8 p.m. now. We've got our featured badge time and our featured time. So we're going to be moving to 8 p.m. And I also co host a show called Connect or Reject. So if you like speed dating, get with Lou Baby. Would love to get you on the show. And that's pretty much it for now.
Thank you for being here again. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Okay, Ruby. Hello, hello.
I think she's lagging.
Nah, I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's
Teddy
gonna work.
Bessie.
It's me. Hi, bestie. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Hi, Soul. Okay,
Hey,
stay safe, sunshine. I appreciate you. Hi, beautiful. I appreciate you for stepping up the last minute. Okay.
no worries. I just gotta put some lip gloss on.
Okay. And you could let us know about yourself if you like. Plug anything you have going on or.
Okay. Hey, everyone. My Truth or Theory tribe family. I am Socialgetress, also known as Natsuki the Healer. I'm an intimacy and confidence coach. What do I have going on right now? Besides Truth or Theories on Thursdays and that creative call every other Friday. I will be starting to go live and I'll be doing a speed dating show on TikTok soon. Um, yes, I'm probably stepping
That
into it.
sounds fun.
So it's going to be fun and fat, and I expect to see everybody that is beautiful there, which everyone has beauty in them. So, outside of that, if you like to sit down and you're having issues with intimacy or feeling like you're not confident, you want to make some fat moves, hit me up. I think that I have a link in my bio on Instagram. Yep.
I love that. Okay, y'all. Well, thank you all for being here. Oh, I'm gonna mute you when you're not speaking. Okay. Tonight we are going to be discussing one of the oldest questions that humans have wondered about, right? Do soulmates actually exist? We had 11 people that said yes. One person said no. Who said no? Who said no? I'm wondering.
I'm
I'm
singling you
wondering.
out. Who was it?
Okay. So, do we really feel like there is one person that's meant just for us? Or is that simply like a beautiful story that we've created, right? To explain those powerful connections. But whether you're a hopeless romantic, completely skeptical, on the fence, somewhere in between, right? Tonight isn't going to be about proving who's right or if they exist or don't. It's no right or wrong answers. It really is just about us gaining different perspectives, ideas, and beliefs outside of our own. So stick around, be respectful, and jump into the comments. Answer in the comments. We're going to play a game after the second question, and then we'll play a game at the end. Okay? Please don't scare me sometimes. Okay, so question one, we'll start with Juju, and then we'll go to Soul, and then we'll go to Don. Question one, do you believe soulmates are real? If so, what is your definition of a soulmate?
Okay, so I do believe soulmates are real, and my definition is somebody that you have a connection with, and the biggest one is that you feel safe with. You know what I mean? So like there's communication, you feel safe, you feel like it's home. That's like the biggest thing. But I also don't believe it's just between like a romantic way too. I also think that a soulmate could be a friend, a relative, you know, somebody that's just somebody period that you feel connected to in that sense that they feel like home for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be romantic. It's like somebody that you would literally, you know, ride or die for kind of thing.
I love that. Okay, bestie. She said her sister is her soulmate. I love that, Juju. I'm in agreement. So I don't think it's just about that intimate relationship. I think it can be, well, intimate is different levels, right? But I don't think it's just about that sexual partner. I think it varies. But let's go to Soul Seductress and let's see. Do you believe soulmates are real? If so, what is a soulmate to you?
Oh my gosh, so you're one of my soulmates. I do believe that soulmates are. I definitely believe in soulmates. So I believe that I didn't, and this is so crazy because I didn't get to look at none of the questions. So I'm just like winging this
Same.
whole thing. So
Whatever.
I, so my theory is that we create soul contracts before we come here. So whoever we bump back into while we're down here, it's already been written. We already decided that we were going to have these conversations, share this time, these moments, or the lifetime together. And I do believe that you can have multiple soulmates. I think that to an extent, though, there's always this air of intimate. See, even if it's still the same sex, there's this it's this unusual closeness. I'm not gonna say unusual, but I don't really like that word. I'm gonna have to find something better to fit in there. But there's um there's an intriguing closeness between you and your soulmate or soulmates when you come into contact with them. I have personally been able to identify and come into contact with 5 of mine, I know for sure this lifetime. So yes, I do believe that they're soulmates. And that's my definition of them. They're soul contracts before we come here.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'm gonna see if Ruby is able to join. If not, it's okay for
It'll be
tonight,
fine.
Ruby. Oh no, she's home now. She said we good, we here. Okay, let's go. You'll answer after Dawn, okay? Dawn.
Oh, she
I-
could go first. She could go first. Absolutely.
Okay. And you can you can plug yourself. I was trying to say explain yourself. You can plug yourself and you could and then you can
Wow, babe.
okay, I'm sorry. That was
Okay,
silly.
Red.
Please take over, Ruby.
Hi, I'm Red Ruby. I do believe in soulmates, but not only do I believe in soulmates, but I stream from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. It's the only time I have time to stream, unless I'm off. I'm off for the next few days, so you might see me somewhat around, but I believe in soulmates to an extent. I've made 3 soulmates on here, and they're like my best friends in the world. But I also I haven't found a soulmate in real life in a relationship. Hopefully one day I will, but it's not right now.
Thank
But I
you
love
for
people.
being transparent with that.
There's my plug. Doo-doo.
Right. Two of
Or
my
plug in your
soulmates
answer.
are
She
here.
killed
Two of my
birds with one
soulmates are
stone.
here. They just so happen to both have red hair tonight.
Hey.
Okay, Don. The question was, do you believe soulmates are real? And if so, what is a soulmate?
So yes, I believe soulmates are real. I believe it's somebody that you have a deep connection with, like somebody that you really just you have a deeper understanding than just the surface level stuff, right? And I think you're naturally drawn to them, like almost like your souls recognize each other, like they can see each other from a distance. I think a good example is you may come across somebody and then years later come across them again and nothing has skipped a beat. Like you're already reconnected again. And so I think that's what the soul connection is. I think that's what the soul, I don't want to say, I mean, yes, I'll say soul tie because I don't necessarily mean that like in a relationship way either. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be an ex, it could be, you know, it could be anybody that you keep bumping back into each other, you come back into each other's lives, and you don't miss a beat. You basically pick up where you left off. So yes, I do believe that there are soul people out there for us, and my definition is that deep connection and that naturally drawn attraction. I would even add uh, like they challenge you. They don't let you stay stagnant. They push you to do better, be stronger, uh, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I love that. Thank you all for your insights. So some people call it fate, right? Others believe it's more about the timing, whether it's a coincidence or us being simply open to the right connections. What's something that's interesting is that some believe soulmates aren't sent to complete us. So they're sent to more so reveal us, right? Some of us feel like they're home, but then some of us feel like they're purposely supposed to disrupt the peace, to reveal different levels. And they act like mirrors, reflecting both our greatest strengths and the parts of ourselves that we've avoided. Um, but with all that being said, let's say that soulmates do exist. 11 of us for sure said yes. One of us said no. So the most of us believe that soulmates do exist. And that takes us to the next question. What is the difference between a soulmate connection and simply being deep in love? And Don, we'll start with you, and then we'll go Soul Seductress, Ruby, and then Juju.
okay, so we're talking romantically then, right?
Yeah, for this one.
Okay, so
What's the
I think
difference, right?
right.
What's the
I
difference?
I think the difference is when you're deeply in love, you for lack of a better term, you put on the blinders, right? You don't see the bad things, you don't see the flaws. You really focus heavily on just loving that person. Where I think a soul connection is we look at each other and we want to not force, we want to push our friends or our loved ones to be better because we can see them in a better light that they can see themselves, right? And so I think as a soul connection, I think it's a growth process. We want to see you become the best version of yourself that you could possibly become. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I
that
like
would
that
be my
answer.
answer.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay. Soul Seductress. What's the
Sit
difference?
down.
Mm, what's the difference
Yeah.
between a soulmate connection and simply being deep in love? What's the difference to you?
So I don't believe in falling in love or being like deep in love. So I guess it's kind of like it's hard for me
Mm,
to answer that. But I do believe that um as I love everybody, I even love the people that don't love me. So it's like it's a it's hard for me to, but what I can say is that I believe in soulmates, karmic, like karmic mates or karmic karmic relationships. Um and I think that there's love in all of those. It's a different feeling. Like the karmic relationships, right, is going to mirror you to make you grow and make you stand up straight, straighten you up. And like your soulmates is going to be like this. I'm gonna make you stand up straight so we can come together and mix and our essence flow together. So there's always this I said it's so hard because it's like I'm looking at one of my soulmates on the screen, and I'm sitting over here with another soulmate, and I just always feel like there's just this always you could get it, but I'm not gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to love you just as fiercely as I would want your twin flame to come in and love you. So there, I mentioned all three, right? So soulmate, karmic, the karmic relationships, and then the twin flame, which is your
Unexplained.
actual person, the person that you're ascending into love with, not falling into love. You might fall for your karmic, and you might be deeply in love with your soulmates, but you're going to ascend into love your with your twin flame.
See, I don't understand all those different levels for real. I'm gonna be
You
honest.
have all of this stuff
I don't.
together. That's why I can usually
I
go
don't
deeper and
understand
have it
that.
more great. All right.
You lost me at, you know what I mean? Yeah. But
Look, I
no,
don't
okay.
think that but I love everyone. So it's like you can meet a person that is your soulmate, and absolutely, when you first met them, there was all types of friction, right? You couldn't stand them. There was, but you grew from that relationship. Like there was something inside. So I don't know. I find love in everything, guys. It's hard for me.
No, sometimes it's okay. Um,
This is probably my first time
okay.
seeing Jubilee. I love her. So
No, I get that. Okay, so then maybe it's how I worded the question. Maybe I could have worked on the wording. But I'm basically coming from a place of what would you say the difference is? Okay, you came into a connection with your soulmate, and then you have this other person that you know for a fact isn't a soulmate of yours, but you love them deeply. Like, what is the difference there? But I'm
yeah,
gonna
pondering.
let you ponder on it, because yeah, you guys weren't able to see the questions beforehand, so I appreciate you. So okay, Ruby, let's see what you have to say. What's the difference between a soulmate connection and simply being deep in love? Welcome back,
I feel
Sunshine.
like there's different types of love.
Okay.
So necessarily being in love isn't necessarily being in a relationship love. It is a
Right.
relationship love, but at the same time, I don't look at it as, because to be in love, that means you have to be infatuated with somebody. Infatuation and being in love kind of goes hand in hand,
It's
and it
chemical,
can be
right?
detrimental. So I can't sit here and say it's the same thing, because when you have a soulmate, it's not usually detrimental to your soul. It's very rare that you find one that it's detrimental to you. When you're in love, it can be detrimental, and it it's not the same. It's just not.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
I
I
like
like
those.
where you're headed with that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The
I like where you're
connection
headed with
is
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah,
Okay.
it affects your life. I like that, Ruby.
And
I do.
actually, that's the direction we're actually going to head with this. So thank you for that. And we're going to
You're welcome.
jump to Juju. Okay, Juju, what's the difference between a soulmate connection and simply being deeply in love?
So it's kind of hard for me because I had a lot of education and then anyways, I did a lot of research on love a lot, especially in college. And a lot of the concepts that we have of love or dating or relationships now come from like all sorts of weird stuff we used to do back in even the medieval ages. You know what I mean? Like the art of courtly love, where people would trade this for that, and they could, you know, date this person if they had this thing. And so a lot of our like our even dating rituals now come from a long time ago. And people kind of mix that up with, are they in love with somebody, when it's really just something that's going to make their life better, if that makes sense. So to me,
Mhm.
it's like a lot of our ideas, our notions of love itself, it kind of comes from different cultures, you know what I mean, or how you were raised, or your environment that you were, you know, raised in. Some people can't even technically have a relationship because of how they were raised, you know what I mean, or if they were neglected or whatnot, they're unable to evolve. So to me, the whole idea of like love, dating, relationships, marriage, even partnerships, kind of based on your, um, kind of like your environment, if that makes any sense, not necessarily your personality or your morals. A lot of it sometimes is what your idea of a relationship or companionship, maybe even for life, is kind of based on is kind of weird. I know. I'm sorry.
No, I
even
love
like
it.
not even like a sexual thing. Sometimes it's based out of necessity or of the fact that they feel comfortable or somebody that can, or
Exactly.
maybe two people that can just better their lives, you know, regardless, right?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
my difference of an idea of a soulmate versus like a love romantic type thing is kind of based on the fact that like relationships is like you have compatibility, but you also have maintenance. So it takes a lot to kind of give and go
Mm-hmm.
and give and take, a lot of compromise, a lot of communication. Where then soulmates for me is like you don't need that. You know what I mean? Like you just know like that this is what you're going to be like. This is, you know, this person's gonna love you or be there for you, or it's like almost unconditional in a sense, you know, with a soulmate to me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like no maintenance because there doesn't need to be maintenance. You know, there's just it's just you know that. And sometimes people can't realize sometimes that they have soulmates because of their entire life. Maybe they've been hurt or they have these huge walls, and sometimes they miss that soulmate because they're unable to, you know, connect with it. But anyways, that's why I guess it basically boiled down to I think the love, marriage, dating, all that stuff is based on uh, convenience or, you know, compatibility or necessity sometimes, whereas the soulmate for me is completely different. It's completely a connection of two people that feel like they're, you know, connected, like you guys have this connection. If that makes any sense. I know I'm kind of rambling, sorry.
No, no, no. You're right there. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've read a few articles where it put it into those words that you're saying, how like love really is like a beautiful concoction of um comfortability, conveniency,
Mhm.
compatibility, like different things like that. I think the one I am referring to is like different C's, and how
Right.
basically it's not the basis of like what some of us would think. It has nothing to do with sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
It,
I'm not
That,
talking the physical stuff at all whatsoever. I'm literally
yeah.
talking about the mental part of it. So,
Safety. Yes.
that that
Thank you,
that
Ed.
totally that totally triggered a thought for me. I think
Mhm.
kind of the difference is like when you're in love with somebody, you have to choose that person every day, right? I think when
Mhm.
it's a soulmate, I don't think there's an option to choose. I think you just do. It's just
It's
something that
no
has to
control.
happen. Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just you
it's
just
not
go
work.
with
There's
it,
no
right?
work. There's no work. It's
Right.
just there. Bam.
Oh.
It's
I
natural. Exactly.
like
Then
that. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. If you are just tuning in, welcome to Truth or Theory. This is just a featured show. So please be respectful. We meet every Thursday. It's a safe space. We like to think differently. We dive deep and we question everything, but we question everything in a fun and a curious way. Make sure you favor all my guests, Juju, Red Ruby, Soul Seductress, and Don John Rambo. That's a good one, huh? Okay. Also, fave my admin Sunshine and my admin Nika and everybody in the comments. But for sure, fave Sunshine. She is hosting the creative call tomorrow. So if you have any talents, or if you know anybody with any talents, send them to Sunshine's way. Send them to any of us, and we can direct them to Sunshine. Okay, so we are going to move to the game portion of tonight. Okay, so we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do Would You Rather, but we're going to do Soulmate Edition. I'm going to unmute you. Are you?
I was reading the comments.
Oh,
There were
okay,
some
okay,
good
okay.
comments.
Oh, Mika said she
Uh,
wants to join the show tomorrow. Okay, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I
and
just
Bonus
can't
Bay obviously
wait.
just seen the comments too. We have okay, so
I'm
your
just
chat bestie said we have to get past the rose-colored glasses of lust to truly know if we even like somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Which I agree.
Yeah. And this,
Shinezilla, I think I'm saying it right. Said
is there an echo?
if I believe, is it an echo for me?
No.
No,
Okay,
no. Okay.
okay. It says if I believed in it, I would say the difference would be soulmates is the soul moves in that moment and deeply in love is and deeply in love is over time it grows. I think that's what they were trying to say.
Okay. Yeah, I read that from Shine. Thank you for reading Besties, because that one slipped me.
Yeah.
Gigi, are you okay? We are going to the
And
game section.
congratulations.
You can swap me when she gets back, and I'll jump right back so she can have the top again.
Okay. Thank you. We can play the game, so this can be an intermission if need be. Yeah, I'll start doing that intermission if need be during the game portion. Okay, so it's would you rather. You could play in the box or in the chat. So it's soulmate edition. Okay, we'll be back after these brief messages.
We will be
Would
back
you
after
rather?
these.
Okay, so we are going to use this soulmate in a reference of this is my partner in life. Okay, so this soulmate isn't a best friend. This is my partner in life. My partner in life is my soulmate in this aspect. Okay, for the game. Okay, you're gonna have to be in comments chatting because I hear a squeak coming from you, Ruby. Would you rather find out? So we're gonna just say A or B, okay? Would you rather find out your soulmate A has terrible credit or B has terrible communication skills? Terrible credit, terrible communication skills.
We can talk. We can talk about.
We can work on
getting
the
the credit
credit. We
together.
can work on the credit. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to you if you don't got the communication skills. Okay.
That part.
Right, we can fix the credit. Okay. Would you rather your soulmate tell you every thought they have, A, or keep everything to themselves? A or B?
Hey,
Tell me everything. Just pour it on me.
put it all out.
Pour it on me. That would probably drive me crazy. Okay.
I don't think my soul maybe want to hear everything that's going on in this brain. I mean, it can get kind of scary and dark. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. That's hard. Yeah, because there's a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
like when I think I've had like 8,000 thoughts since we've been on this call.
Yeah.
Right. So just let it all out.
No, never mind. I changed my answer to B. I changed my answer to B.
I just saw like just literal poop just splatting everywhere. That's just how I just seen it in my head.
I literally know people like that. I know people on both sides of the spectrum where they let everything out, and I know people where they keep everything in. Okay, so the question was, would you rather your soulmate tell you every thought they have or keep everything to themselves? So A or B?
So I'm going to choose B if they have the first question with the communication part. So if they can effectively communicate what they're talking about.
I know. Can you imagine? We got to play some this one.
Oh my God.
Because she's going to tell me about her trip to the grocery store, and she ran into her friend, and her friend ran into the dog, and the dog ran over the car, and then on her way home, the bird. I don't want to hear all that.
And then the duck got in at the end and came home with the groceries. I don't know.
Would you? Okay, what about this one? Would you rather know every red flag on day one? They got 10 red flags. Would you rather know all 10 on day one, or would you rather find out all 10 over the span of 10 years?
I'd like to have all in day one.
Just let me know. I like to say that. Like, start with the negative.
Day one.
Please tell me a flaw.
Day one.
I don't know about all the flaws. All the flaws might scare me away.
In my 20s, tell me over a span of 10 years, because we're not thinking like that. We're like, oh, let's keep things. That's just spicy and it's interesting. After 30, no, you better right here.
I'm exactly that way, because listen, I truly say this all the time. If my demons can dance with your demons, we gonna do all right. But if your demons, I can't deal with your demons, nah, yeah, I can't rock with that.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather have someone who's always right or have someone who apologizes too much? A or B? This person always got to be right, and then this person always saying, "I'm sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry."
Hey.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
I'm gonna be like, you sorry.
My bad.
You
So
sorry.
sorry.
Listen,
You sorry.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
My bad.
nah.
I'm sorry.
I signed the divorce papers.
Because why aren't you correcting this? Like, what does your sorries mean
I'm so
if you're
sorry.
not correct? Like, there's
But
there's
which
no
one are y'all
correction.
saying? Who would you rather have, the
Hey,
one who apologizes too much, or the one who's always right, or the one who's always right, or the one who apologizes too much? So you want someone who's always right?
You want to apologize
someone
too
who's
much?
always right.
Okay.
And you
I'll
want
say
So we have
A. I'll
in
say
my
I'll say
in my room. What'd you say, Don?
Okay.
I'll say A if she is actually always right. So
Okay. Don, I'm gonna replace you. Okay.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I say A.
Come right back.
I say A, but my soulmate over here says B. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I couldn't take it.
okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. She said, "I'll be
Shanzilla said
alone."
A.
Sorry.
Ruby said B. Nika said yeah, she changed hers to B. Jubilee, what'd she say? Oh wait, Jubilee's next.
Well,
My
here's
bad.
the thing though. If somebody's like always right and they're not willing to apologize, then there's no compromise, right? I mean, but then again, you don't want somebody that's always apologizing, because then what does that even mean to apologize? You know what I mean?
Now, like, I
I don't
can't
like it.
even take your apology serious. Like, you just
That part.
okay.
Like, I don't sorry. I don't care. You're not really sorry.
Would you? Okay.
A point just got brought up here in the room. She's very quiet, but I have to voice it because it did make sense. She said, so if the person that's always apologizing, okay, so the person that's always right, they must be right about different subjects or different things. So the person that's always apologizing, they're apologizing for messing up about different things and not the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you only get the opportunity to be right once about something. You know what I'm saying? Because I would
Yeah.
hope
But
you
at that point, that's when you can't raise a man. He's already grown. What you gonna do? You wonder why he acts like a boy. Because he wasn't raised right before you. Okay. Okay, let me not.
and
It's
that's
not that
because
time
that's
for
her
that.
favorite song. That's one of her favorite tracks. But she said for sure she going with the apologizer.
Yeah.
Exactly, Shine.
Apologizing.
I'm with
Yeah.
Shanzilla. Both of those situations are dangerous, man. Both of those.
Yeah, we don't want neither one of them. We need a gray area.
Okay. Let's see. Would you rather date someone who has no social media or someone who is constantly on social media?
A.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey.
It sounds that easy. It sounds that easy.
Hey.
Oh my god, it sounds that easy. I actually dated someone who had no social media, and then it made me feel like I do too much. Like it was no understanding there. There was none. Even streaming, there was no understanding. Why do you wanna do that? I don't
But
know.
I'm on board with that. If I found somebody that didn't have social media, I'd get off all of mine because it's just something I think it's a hindrance. It's just an added
And I
roadblock
kind of feel
to a
like
relationship.
I agree. I'm in the same boat because and you've actually witnessed it. I got less and less off
Yeah,
of social
I've
media.
done that in the past. I'm at the
You
point where I'm
witnessed
not
it,
doing that no more. Like if I meet you and we are I'm gonna continue doing the things that bring me joy. Yeah, we can add other things to
Yeah.
it, but it shouldn't start making me feel like I'm doing too much when I know I'm not crossing any lines. You know what I mean? I think that's
Yeah.
where boundaries should be established.
But the exception for me would be as if it's professional. If this is something you do professionally.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
What's
mean,
the
and I feel like
intention?
90% of the population is like that now. Even people in the most rural areas are making their money either streaming or online these days. So it's kind of
So many.
it's a hard and ask, you know.
I didn't make more money online. I can't really say like now, like my current position, pushed me up there. But before this position, I definitely made more money online than I was making in real life. Like online was paying more bills than real life in different aspects, whether
Yeah.
it was books, music competitions, streaming, different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different social media sponsorships, different things. Like it's real money out there to be made. Okay, but
Mm.
okay, would you rather have a soulmate that everyone loves, or B, would you have rather have one that nobody understands except for you? So one that everyone loves or one that no one understands except for you?
Be easy.
Well, Bones Bay, would you rather have me if everyone knows me and no or nobody?
I was gonna say I want A. I mean,
Hey,
why
I
not?
want
Like,
A. I want A.
right?
I want
What's that
everyone
song?
to
If they
accept
ain't
me as a
looking, I don't
person.
wanna. Hey, if they okay, no, just play.
That's
But
the
no,
picture I
like,
have. So I'm
I feel like
always
you
if
know
you
what I
have,
mean?
I
I
feel like if
want
you
you
have A, I feel like if you have A, you got to share that person with everybody.
But love is love. I feel like it's not mine anyway. I just get to experience it. Like if
right.
other people don't
We
really
are all
love
just
you, I
renting here.
truly, you know what I
Nobody's
mean?
owning
Like,
nothing.
are
I'm
you
stingy.
purposely being
I'm
difficult?
stingy.
Yeah. No, 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 no.
Most
I get that. I get that. But
of my soulmates, to be honest, the majority of my soulmates don't like being on camera, like at all. Irritated every time. In fact, if I just pull out my phone, they already duck because they're like, and I'm like, I'm
yeah.
not even doing nothing. I'm just checking a message. So
But not even
I have
like here. I'm just saying like in general. Like you'll you'll be with somebody and you can see how people react to their energy when you're out in public. I don't want to
that's
be with
just
someone who is not
cold.
attracting positive energy. I want to be
That
with
part,
someone
Yeah.
right?
who's attracting love and light, and everybody is like, okay, that person has great energy. I don't want to be with someone where they're like, I don't know how to feel about that person. No, because I
Because
really
as long
don't
as that
either.
person as long as they know how to hold their boundaries, you know what I'm
That part.
saying, and they know, you know what I mean, and protect their energy and protect you. You know what I'm saying? They're protecting me. Yeah, I want you. I want you to be with me. We look good out here together.
Right, right. Okay, y'all.
Pulling
Thank you for
in.
answering those questions. I
I
know we
agree with
probably went a little
she.
over.
Just in the chat
If they love
section,
you, they
she.
won't ask you to change. Yeah.
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 Well,
You
she
would.
said, she said, I'll never change for a man, never. And that's what Bessie said to that is if they love you, they would never ask you to change. And I agree with that. Like if you found somebody who is a
I
streamer
mean,
that
they
is
love
on social
you.
media,
Oh,
you should love them just the way you find them, and you shouldn't want to
yeah.
change what they're doing or how they're moving. I
Then
totally
that's control. You want them, but you
agree.
want them to your degree. Okay, if you
Right.
are just tuning in, welcome to Truth or Theory. This is a safe space. We like to think differently, dive deep, and question everything in a fun and curious way. I got a nice basement for my man. It's diabolical.
I didn't see that
Oh,
one.
oh
What?
my
Yeah.
I didn't
goodness,
see it.
that
What
is
is
so
it?
hilarious. We're gonna go to the third question. We'll start with Juju, then we'll go Don, Ruby, then Soul. Um, and I feel like I already know your answer, so this one's gonna be straight to the point. Is a soulmate always romantic, or can it be a friend, family member, mentor, etc.? Like, do you think there's any parameters, or can it be a pet? I just want to know your answer.
All the above.
No, I don't think a soulmate has to be a romantic, situation at all. I think it could be a friend or a relative, honestly. It's again, it's somebody that you feel so in tune with, and so like they mesh well with everything that you believe in, and so on and so on. It's not even an effort, So no, I don't think it has to be romantic at all.
Okay, awesome. Okay, what about you, Don? What's the
100%.
parameters?
100% agree, and even to the theory of your pet. Look, there's my family tree right there. All those are my soul animals right there. So, I 100% believe right now that like this is why they have what do they call them uh, um my
Guardian?
spirit animal is that what they call them?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
spirit
Like,
animal.
yeah, that's your soul spirit, man. That's your connection, right? And that's what you needed at that time in your life, and they were there, and they took care of you. You know what I mean? So absolutely.
Okay. Ruby, a
I
soulmate.
feel like,
Oh, she said I
oh,
know.
I'll answer the question. I
Yeah.
got you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like in that situation, soulmates can be either way. But the thing is about a whole soulmate connection, I feel like it's not really your soulmate if they can't tell you you're doing something wrong. Like there has to be
Yeah.
non-romantic parts in it because you guys have to be able to actually hold accountability to each other and yourselves.
Yeah.
So if that's your soulmate, the accountability has to be there if it's a true soulmate. And I don't think, like, no offense, Don, but I don't feel like you could have a soulmate as an animal. It can be
Oh, okay.
part of
We
your
like the
soul,
difference. We like the difference. We love the difference,
but
actually.
I love the soul part. Like I know it's part of your soul, but I feel like it wouldn't be contained as a soulmate, I guess. If that makes sense.
Do you think animals have soulmates? Or do they just plant? Okay, that's a whole different subject. Sorry. Let me not do that right now. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go to soul seductress. Is a soulmate always romantic, or what's the parameters, do you think?
No, I don't think that soulmates are always romantic at all. Um, I don't think that soulmates usually are romantic. In fact, I don't think that soulmates are romantic. I think that you just, when that does happen, there might be the lines that's crossed, but usually it works out where they still wind up being friends. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, oh, we did that, but now we're friends. You meet those type of people. You know what I'm saying? They stay friends forever. But I don't think that soulmates are actually uh, nah sexual. And I do, Ruby, I agree with Don. I do think that animals can be soulmates as well because I believe in reincarnates, and I think that they can come back as your soulmate can return to you. So because
Like
energy is infinite. So
you
yeah,
walk past
yeah,
that tree. That's my
the
favorite
tree,
tree.
yeah,
That
the tree,
energy that
yeah,
I feel within it
yeah,
feels so familiar. And that's why we be
yeah.
hugging trees for real. Okay. Okay, so when you think about the people who changed your life the most, it may not even be someone that you dated. So that's what we're talking about right now. It could be a teacher who believed in you, a grandparent who raised you, or a friend who helped you through the darkest season. Maybe a soulmate isn't a relationship at all, right? So maybe it's anyone whose presence permanently changes the story that you've written of your life. So that brings us to our third question of the night. But if you are just tuning in, please make sure you fave Top Badge Juju, Don John Rambo, Red Ruby, and Soul Seductress. It's nice that you're in the box for this topic, Soul.
I know.
Okay.
I
And
was thinking
so,
about that like literally a couple minutes ago. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Can you mute me?
okay. Okay, so question 4, we'll start with Soul, then we'll go to Juju, and then Don, then Ruby. Have you ever met someone who felt like home, even if the relationship itself wasn't easy? What do you think that this means?
Oh wow. That kind of just took the winds out of myself because I am going through this right now.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
um, and so that's kind of why I answered the way I answered the last because I do believe, like I said, I think that we might cross, you know, lines and do things, but then you come back to yourself, you realize that this was just supposed to be a connection for what it was. Um, whew, that was so personal. I'm almost like, can you
Okay.
repeat the question?
I'm sorry. So basically, have you ever met someone who felt like home, even if the relationship wasn't easy, right? Someone feeling like home doesn't need to mean that the relationship is easy and whatever
Yeah,
type of relationship it is. But what do you think that means? This person feels like home, but we have some disagreements, some struggles, positive tension, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, so I'm all about self-work, right? I believe that it's supposed to point you inward. Um,
Mm,
And I also believe that there's something that I should also always leave something with that person as well. Like what I start to look at if I offered everything that I could to that relationship or to that situation, did I empty my soul's contents to that person and during that time? For whatever reason, did I serve my purpose? And because they've definitely, if I'm sitting there reviewing it, like this doesn't feel good, but this feels like home. I'm reviewing it like, okay, why does it feel familiar to me? Why does it feel good but bad at the same time? And I think that everyone knows that feeling, because when you say home, um, most people would think like, oh, this feels like home, and they think about apple pie type of feeling. But if in reality, if we're thinking about home, most of us have friction in our homes, like with parents or sisters or brothers or dad or mom. You know what I'm saying? So why does this feel like home? And what lessons should have been? So I believe that they're there for a lesson. Like it's always to do with self at that, when you have that realization, once you come back into alignment with self. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank
But I
you,
definitely
Alicia. That
have
was
met. Definitely have. Definitely
okay.
thinking about it
Okay,
right now.
Gigi. Yes. And I saw y'all in the comments. Hello, hello. Okay, Juju, have you ever met someone who felt like home, even if the relationship itself wasn't easy? And what do you think that means personally?
So yeah, I did meet somebody that I absolutely adored, and it felt easy. It's super easy. It was so nice to talk to, and I thought things were great. And then it just turns out they weren't ready. Like whether they had the walls built up or they had some other notion, because like I said, a lot of people have misconception of what things should be or shouldn't be. Um, for whatever reason, we just weren't ready, to accept. I don't think anybody personally, anybody that would have come along and they just weren't ready to accept the situation. And so I was sad about it and whatnot, but then I just realized, not everybody's ready to have that in their lives. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I couldn't take it personally. That's a lot of lessons that I've learned in my 50 years of life, that not everything's about me. Like it's not something I did wrong or something that, something goofy with me. Sometimes it's just the other person and how they grew up or whatever notions they have or the environment they were raised in or whatever walls or scars that they might have. I can't necessarily put that on myself. So unfortunately, the person that I thought was, I'm not necessarily saying a soulmate, but somebody that I thought was a really good connection, they weren't ready for it. So it sucked, but it is what it is. You can't take it all sometimes.
Yeah. I think we've all experienced that in a way. And Don, what about you? Have you ever met
Uh,
someone who felt like home, even if
abs-
the relationship wasn't easy?
Absolutely. And I'm actually going to use a teacher, and I'm just going to use my short story here as my example. When I got into high school, I knew before going into high school I wanted to be in the military because my father was a Marine, my older brother was a Marine, and I didn't really have any men in my life growing up. So, but I just knew this was my way out of my lifestyle, right? The what I was growing up around. But I got into high school and I was screwing off. But I was in ROTC, right? So ROTC was the only class that I would go to. I would skip every other class, but I'd go into ROTC. Well, my teacher, Lieutenant Commander McKee, I'll never forget him. He came to me and told me, "I'm kicking you out of my class." I was like, "Well, you can't do that. You can't. This is all I have. This is all I got."
No.
And
Yeah.
he told me, "You're failing every single one of your classes. I ain't gonna let you in my class if you ain't gonna try. If you're not gonna apply yourself to become what I think you can become, then I don't want you in my class." And so by him pushing me, seeing something in me that I didn't see at the time, it changed the whole direction of my life. Because of that, I was able to graduate my class. I was able to join the military after high school. It was somebody who is like it was divine appointment. It had to be there. He had to be there. And so I really truly feel like in the moment it was hard. It was so hard to hear that, you know what I mean? But it was right. And so, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I agree. But that is what they say, like pressure is what makes the diamond for that one.
Right. And
And
just to
I think
capitalize. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say I think that when it comes, I was never in the program, but I remember people who like partaked in that program. And I feel like that is a blessing to have, especially if you don't have it in other areas. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And just to capitalize on what we had said earlier, that I lost my train of thought. Move it on. Move it on. Oh man, it'll come back to me.
Okay. It's just gonna randomly hit you. Okay, Ruby, what about you? Hold on.
I definitely understand. Are you good? Okay. I can definitely understand that to a detriment because of the fact of I feel like I learned it in a positive aspect, but in a weird way because I was in a 12.5 year relationship. And I learned it in a different way of learning how you can learn something from someone because they don't want to grow. They don't want to build. And then it pushes you further because you can't build with that person and you learn what you want in yourself and you learn how to build up yourself in that way. I will always be thankful for that person for that. But then you also learn a lot about yourself and the other people around you the more you grow. So, I mean, I get it. But do I think anybody has pushed me without me pushing myself? Maybe a little bit, but it's only happened in the last few years. That didn't happen before that. I'm a very driven person. I get bored if I just sit here.
Okay. No, I feel that too. But not everyone who changes our life is meant to stay in it. That's something that I had to learn, right? Just because this connection feels impactful and powerful and electrifying, it doesn't mean that they're going to be here in the next season physically. Some people arrive to teach us confidence. Others teach us forgiveness. Some teach us boundaries, patience, or even heartbreak, right? We have to experience it. And that's what we're here for, to experience. Thank you. But looking back years later, you sometimes realize that the relationship itself wasn't the destination. It was actually the lesson that prepared you for everything that came after. And that does bring us to an end, guys. Thank you to everybody in the panel for being here. Tonight's conversation, one thing I feel like I learned is that we all define soulmates in different ways, right? For some, it's one person, maybe. For others, it may be people throughout different seasons of our life. So thank you to the incredible guests. Make sure you fave Juju, Don, Ruby, and Soul. And make sure tomorrow you tune into Sunshine's The Creative Call. She will be hosting. Next week for Truth or Theory, the topic will be friends first. So friends first. We've all heard the saying, marry your best friend, right? So we're gonna dive into that, right? Is it smarter to build a friendship before romance, or does crossing the line risk losing something that was already valuable? But we're gonna unpack all that next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate everybody that is here. Also, we are going to be working on the next 6 weeks of topics.
Okay.
So if you have any special topics or ideas that you think we should be discussing on the show, feel free to drop it in the chat or send me an Instagram message and let me know if you want to join the channel. We're going to do a fun poll. Bite me, bite me, bite me. And we're not featured anymore. Hi, Dimples. Thank you.
Okay.
We're not
Thank you,
featured
Bonnie.
anymore.
Appreciate you.
We can like it.
Thank you, bonus
I did
fan.
want
I
to. We gotta
appreciate
take a
it.
picture. We gotta take a
Oh,
Oh,
picture.
wait, can we
And
take a
then
picture? Can somebody take
sure.
a screenshot for us? Like a lot. Like do a lot. Just do a lot.
all right. Let
I
us
don't
know
know
when they're
who's
doing
doing
it.
it.
Who?
I don't
Ready?
know who's doing it.
Yeah, who's doing it?
I'm taking
I
like
can
15.
Oh, smile. Here we go.
Okay.